Welcome back, you guys. I'm going to be doing something a bit different this time. I'm going to be doing like a summary of what I've been doing so far with this campaign in Mushasha. This is not the save I had before where I just died to the Mamluks. This is like my fourth campaign with Mushasha because I was so pissed that I didn't get this done that I decided to really try to get this done. But I'm going to show you a bit what you can do with Mushasha. So early on, when the Timurids and Ajam were fighting, I declared on Ajam in order to take these two provinces here. Okay? Now, the important thing about that is this function here does not work unless you control every single province within your capital state. So, in my capital state here, I had these three. And there was another dude here, I think his name was Luristan. He also had this one, and he was preventing me from being able to use that. Now, what this does, it reduces development cost in the capital area, and it gives you one random development for 50 Diplo. This is huge, especially for getting the institutions. I haven't actually gotten the institution yet, but I can afford it, kinda. But so that was like issue number one. Issue number two was I dropped all of my cav. I did not use cav at all. It is very expensive manpower wise because you do tend to lose more men when you fight, but the men are cheaper and you can afford to keep them. I actually have money here, which is amazing. And also, as a random lucky bonus, the Mamluks declared on Karakanglu and gave me back my core here, which was lovely. It was very lovely of them. I then took Hassa, took out the entire state. It's now mine, and then I created this vassal here. The idea was to have a vassal here to protect me from the Mamluks. That is basically it. I do not want to go near those fuckers ever again. He is in the process of annexing Hejaz here, which is gonna suck, but he is gonna border my vassal and not me. And I kept my vassal Sunni. That is another weakness of Mushasha. That is, you're playing as Shia. Now, Shia are very strong, but if you're trying to make allies in this game, it helps a lot if they are the same religion as you are. I mean, yes, you can have the same rivals and all that, and it can be strategically important for somebody to be your ally, but the only strong Shia nation that is around here is Karakunglu. And you start off the campaign as Mushasha with 2 cores on them, and they actually start out rival to you. So that alliance is never gonna happen. So this alliance, I don't know how. I've been very careful in fostering this. I should actually send a diplomat to fix that. And then I actually went to war with the Timurids and I gave them land. The Timurids were very weak. I gave him these 3 provinces and I took these 2 for myself. I made sure to keep him happy. He's above 40. That's happy, technically. And I was just gonna try to take this when I can. Take this center of trade in Shiraz. And just sort of try to take the coastline here. I can leave the mainland to Ajam. I don't want this stuff. I don't. But the main problems with Mushasha is the fact that they're Shia. There are ways to convert if you accept forced religious conversion in a peace deal. If they declare on you for heresy, you can technically win the war, but still offer them to force religion on you. You can do this. It's a bit tricky, but you can change from Shia to Sunni. But look at this, the morale of armies, it's so good. And keeping this vassal here between us and the Mamluks is very key. But the second most important thing about Mushasha is the money. We are so fucking poor. I can't afford to have cav, which is why I got rid of them. And this fort here, I should definitely get rid of this. Later on, if you can take over Hassa, you can get some gems here. And if you do want to make money, boosting up the tax in this province will eventually make you some money. It's not a gold mine, but the gems do increase the amount of tax you can get from a province. It's 15%. So if you boost this up to like maybe 5 or so, it will continue to increase. The autonomy here is not great actually. It's worse here. But that is the idea. And province-wise, I mean, there's no gold mines here. There's just gems. So you have to see opportunities to make money as Mushasha, or you're kind of fucked. I did keep the 4 galleys here because if I have to defend myself, they will do damage. If I'm at war with somebody and he sends ships up here, I can just send these guys out and I don't really care if they win or lose. They will do damage because this is inland sea. I think these 3 zones here are all inland seas. So the future of this campaign, which I don't think I'm going to be doing, I think I'm done with Mushasha for a while. I'm going to be doing a fresh campaign, I think as Hormuz. Because I'm thinking this whole area is very, very poor. But Hormuz is in a very good location. And they start out with 2 centers of trade. So I have decided to stop Mushasha campaign for now. I might revisit it once I've explored more of this patch, because I've played like 10 games on my own, and I think 4 of them were Mushasha, and then I tried a bunch of different nations around here. But yeah, so this is the recap. Like, the weaknesses of Mushasha: we're Shia, so you're gonna have to make strong alliances, otherwise people are not gonna like you. You see that negative 40 neighboring heretic religion is never going to go away because you are Shia. So keeping allies is going to be tough. Secondly, money. That is a huge weakness of Mushasha. You have to be able to make money here. So if I were to rate this, like I said, I'm not an expert EU4 player. I've played this game for many years, but I am not an expert in any way. But if I were to rate this like between 1 and 5, I would actually rate Mushasha as a 3, maybe even a 4 in terms of difficulty, because it is very hard to expand upwards here, and you're stuck as a Shia among a bunch of people that fucking hate you. And the Mamluks, they just eat up this whole thing. Every single time I played this, the Mamluks stop attacking the Ottomans. They just stop here. They either go through here and just wreck everything down here, or they go down and they fuck this up here. It is very, very frustrating. So you have a rush as Mushasha to get strong enough to oppose the Mamluks, and one way of doing that is actually to just skirt along the coast here and get to India. There's a lot of juicy stuff in India here. I can't wait to try that out one day. But yeah, so this was like a summary of Mushasha as a nation. I would give it like 3.5 stars when it comes to difficulty. I do recommend people try it out for themselves if they do want a challenge. But this was the first nation I tried out in the new patch, and I was blown away by how difficult I found this. It's so painful. Not to mention the fact your capital is in marsh. Look at that development cost. That's your capital. There's no marsh anywhere around here except for these 4 provinces, and you start with 3 of them. Oh my god, that was so painful. I mean, mountains are expensive as well, 35, but this is the same. It's pretty much the same. You have drylands down here, so you can develop this if you want to. I did that in my campaign that I showed you guys. I was planning on developing this up to the Renaissance, because I still don't have it. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this summary. Do you want to try out Mushasha for yourself? They are quite difficult. They're a bit challenging, but my next campaign is going to be as Hormuz. And I will see how that works out. So, I'll see you guys in the next campaign that I do. I hope you enjoyed this little summary of mine, which I haven't done before, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if some people disagree with me how difficult this is, but yeah. I'll see you guys in the next campaign. But until then, see ya.